Did y'all just break up? Immediately, he's full of shit. So Corbin is a lying robot. Yeah, mate, your girl's totally into Caleb, and that had nothing to do with Kenzie, yeah? Sean, are you in a connection with Zach or Kenzie? Casey, please, damn! Either she's very spiritual or Gabriel's breath stinks. Imagine being the loudest one in the conversation and your man Gabriel is literally swallowing Jen's head right now. The difference between 6'4", 220-pound Corbin and 5'10", 90-pound Sincere. Is Kenzie gonna have first dibs on all the bombshells? I really hope this gets more than 3 views. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Reagan Harris, and today we're getting into a lot of drama in my segment, Reality TV Comments. I know, I've been gone a week, but that's neither here nor there. You saw the title. We're doing a mega review today, and we're diving into episodes 4 through 9 of Love Island USA Season 8. This mega review is so that we can get all caught up on the insane amount of drama that's already been taking place just in the first week of the season. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and hype up the video. Grab your snacks, grab a drink, and get comfortable because I have thoughts and most importantly, comments. First, some quick channel guidelines. Episode 4 picks up with Sincere and Melanie doing that awkward thing where you say bye to someone, but you end up walking in the same direction as them. Last thing Melanie said to Sincere was that he can explore and that she's going to do the same thing. Sincere speaks to Sean and Bryce about his conversation with Mel, and he tells them that he wasn't even really trying to get to know Kata like that on a personal level, and Bryce is doing what he can to add to the conversation. Extremely frustrated in that what he's looking for in a partner is someone that's more of a teammate and not someone that's acting how Mel is behaving. Sincere then says he understands that he could have been more upfront about his conversation with Kata, and he wants to fix this with Mel. Naya and Beatrice are chatting, and she asks if there's anyone else in the villa that Beatrice would be interested in getting to know. She says she really is into Gabriel, and that's something that she just wants to focus on right now.
Is there anyone else you still want to talk to? I really like Gabriel, and I want to like. You guys are really cute.
Beatrice says that she's noticed that Kenzie has been chatting it up with Gabriel quite a bit lately, and Kenzie has yet to talk to her about it. She doesn't need to. Are Beatrice and Gabriel closed off? I mean, does she even have that type of friendship with Kenzie? I don't know. What do y'all think? Drop down in the comments and let me know. Beatrice also admits that if Gabriel makes her look dumb, she's going to be extremely upset. Zach, Bryce, Gabriel, and Sean are talking, and Gabriel mentions that he saw Sean kissing Kenzie in the pool after last episode's game, and Zach seems not to care. Gabriel also says that although his connection with Beatrice is good, he really feels his second option should be Kenzie because that's more of his type.
Well, my second option should be Kenzie. Yeah. Because she's my type, you know?
Gabriel. Hello.
Last episode, Gabriel said he didn't have a type, but now he does, and it's Kenzie. But Beatrice is his number one. Beatrice then goes to pull Gabriel for a chat, and she communicates that although they have great chemistry and she likes him, she wants to make sure that he likes her personality. Gabriel says yes and is also surprisingly upfront with Beatrice. He lets her know upfront that although she's his number one, he does like Kenzie. He tells Beatrice that Kenzie is his quote style, but she turned him off during their last chat. To clear all that up, he feels like she's cool, but since they're from different backgrounds, he feels like when they talk, it doesn't come as naturally as it does with Beatrice. Beatrice is clear, and she tells Gabriel that he's definitely her number one. Mel tells Anaya about what's going on between her and Sincere. She says she's not mad that he pulled Kata for a chat. She's just mad that he wasn't upfront and honest about it.
In a bikini store.
So, me and Sincere finally talked. Okay, finally. I don't know what's gonna happen now.
Seconds before this, Melanie says that her and Sincere finally talked, which means he hadn't spoken to her all day. So how could he be dishonest when they hadn't spoken? How could he be upfront if they hadn't spoken? She continues to tell Anaya, her friend that's comforting her, her friend that gave her the tea about Sincere and Kata, that she will be pulling Casey for a chat tomorrow.
Like him to be honest about yeah, I did for her.
He asks Mel about her connection with Sincere, and I was thinking, wow, great job, Casey. You're redirecting the convo to her and Sincere. I'm like, Casey is trying to stay loyal. I feel it. I love it. Then I start paying closer attention to his body language. Arms fully open, head fully turned, engaged in the convo. Whether it's great or not, doesn't matter. The conversation gets deeper between Mel and Casey. We start to really see a side of Casey we haven't seen before, and I think that's genuine interest. He asks Mel if she wants a lot of kids, and she says yes. Casey shares that he's conflicted on whether or not he wants a big family because he comes from such a large family. He reveals that he has 7 siblings. Casey says that he's really at a point in his life where he wants to grow with someone, and if kids happen, it happens. We go to Anaya speaking with Sincere, and this conversation made me really sad for my girl. Anaya is frustrated because she says she wants Casey to be more open and honest about who he wants to pursue. The text reads, "Islanders, it's time to show who's really in charge in today's challenge called Boss Bitch." What the Islanders don't know is that brand new bombshell Corbin is about to be revealed. Off looks alone, Corbin is really cute, and I think he's exactly what the house needs. Each of the ladies will take their turns showing each guy who's boss. They seduce their way around the conference room table and choose one guy whom they're not coupled up with to be their office crush. Then they read aloud an office fact, and then they choose which Islander they feel the fact belongs to. Whoever the Islander thinks that the fact belongs to gets dumped in pink slime. At the end of the game, they make out with whoever they're coupled up with. Y'all, this is Sean reacting to Anaya. Sean thoroughly enjoyed his kisses with Anaya. Anaya chooses Casey to get slimed, then they make out. Beatrice is next, and she picks Sincere as her office crush. She says she was sincerely impressed by his kiss, and he has her attention. The office fact that Beatrice reads aloud says something along the lines of who isn't afraid to step on someone's toes to get what they want, and she chooses Casey. Not happy about this at all, and I don't think Mel is either. It's Trinity's turn, and Sean is not playing about these ladies, okay?
Bring that over here.
Sean really showed out in this challenge. Trinity reads aloud an office fact or question that says something like, who is faking it for a promotion or something. And I would have chose Casey. She chooses Bryce. Wait, what? So I guess this means she thinks Bryce is faking his feelings for her. This had Bryce all turned around. No, literally, when he heard this, he turned around in his chair. Bryce says he's shocked that she actually chose him because he's really been trying to make this work. Then says if she thinks that he's faking it, wait until they kiss. Bryce goes crazy in their kiss. No, like actually crazy. I felt happy and bad for Trinity during this. Kenzie had me crying though.
She getting some of that turtle tongue right now. And that's crazy.
Next is Melanie, and her office crush is someone, quote, she knows has been wanting to taste it again. Casey. Casey and Melanie definitely went at it, and I don't think my girl Anaya was feeling it too much. The office fact she reads aloud is who needs to be fired, and I have a feeling I know who she's gonna pick. She chooses Kata, which is exactly who I thought, but I'm wondering if it's personal or if she just chose her because she didn't want to choose anybody else. Kata's response was,
Trying to be a bitch, but it's like, girl, I know you're mad right now. Like, you've been mad all day for no reason, for one chat.
T. Melanie then goes into the private room with the newest bombshell, and she's really liking what she sees. Her confessional, she seemed more excited about this bombshell than she has about Sincere. Never mind, when she came and made out with Sincere, I'd say he and Corbin are definitely tied. It's Kenzie's turn, and Sean is howling for her. Energy. Kenzie put on a show. Okay, Kenzie, come get your baddie chain, please. It's to Zach and curves him completely. I live. Kenzie chooses Gabriel as her office crush, and Sean is devastated, but Gabriel is ecstatic. Kenzie's office question was, who is the office gossip? And she chooses Anaya. And she's not in a couple. She comes out and chooses to kiss Sean, and he is ready to go. Kata's turn, and she chooses Sincere as her crush. I wasn't expecting that. I guess you can say Sincere didn't hold back. Kata's office question was, who does she think deserves a promotion from their couple? And she chooses Sincere. I didn't think Kata was this bold, and I'm living. Takes this moment to tell Trinity what she means to him, and I live for it. He tells her that she's his favorite person to talk to and that he really feels like he can talk to her about anything. He says that he feels their connection is the strongest connection in the house because they're actually building a strong foundation. He says that the other couples may look like they have a strong connection, but how could they when they fall apart after one chat? Bryce says today really lit a fire under him to show Trinity just how much she really means to him. We go over to Beatrice, Gabriel, Kenzie, and Sean, and Beatrice takes this moment as a time to pull Kenzie for a chat. Beatrice says she wants to explain to Kenzie why she called her out during the game. She tells Kenzie that she spoke to Gabriel yesterday and he told her about the chat that he and Kenzie had together. He mentions that she would have liked for Kenzie to let her know about it, and my question is, why? It's one chat. And if I'm not mistaken, Gabriel was the one who asked Kenzie to go for the chat. So yeah, he was the he should have told you. Kenzie agrees with Beatrice and says that she should have told her that her and Gabriel went for a chat. Tells her she feels really bad because it wasn't even on her radar to tell Beatrice, and she thinks it's because she's been really in her head. Kenzie says she's really starting to get stressed out because she doesn't have a spark with anyone. Beatrice then says that she hasn't been thinking about the fact that Kenzie could possibly be in a more stressful situation than she is, and that she feels that Kenzie should have the first dibs on the new bombshell. Beatrice and Kenzie hug it out, and they end the conversation with good vibes. Trinity and Anaya discuss Trinity's conversations for, and he says he's very straightforward and goal-oriented. Corbin then walks up to the group very confidently and says hey to everyone and tells the ladies that it's nice to see them again, which according to this pic clearly caught all the guys off guard. He then asks the guys if they would like to, quote, hear it from him or if the ladies would like to tell them. He's obviously referring to the kiss that each lady gave him during the Boss Bitch game in a little room off to the side that the guys couldn't see in. The guys weren't happy about this, but no one seems too threatened so far. Then asks the guys if they can give him a few moments with their girls. Casey hates this and can't keep it together. The guys get up, introduce themselves, and then they leave. Corbin sits in the middle of the girls and dives right in. He says he's interested in getting to know each and every one of the ladies. Kata is gushing about this man, and he is fine, so I understand. Kenzie straight up tells him that they all want a slice of him, and he says he's a pretty big guy, so he can make that happen. We go over to the guys, and Gabriel asks about something that's obviously extremely important to him.
Do you guys think that he's gonna make out with someone?
Casey tells Zach, as far as he can see, Corbin is definitely looking at Kata. This is the most serious I've seen Casey thus far, well, besides his conversation with Mel. Zach is giving the guys a full master class on body language right now, and it's hilarious. These guys are locked in, okay? I've never seen Gabriel pay attention to anything this long. Oh, somebody's mouth. Corbin is really impressing the ladies because he remembers all of their names and is coming off really laid back and confident. He seems like a smooth talker, so I'm interested to see if his conversations can go deeper. Casey then says he doesn't think the guys can trust any of their girls. Girls ask Corbin what's the duration of his longest relationship, and he says a year and a half. Mel asks how long ago it was, and he says a year and a half. Wait, so did y'all just break up? Side note, Kata hasn't taken her eyes off this man since he sat down. Remember when I said I wasn't buying into Kata being into Zach? This is why. This look from her is what I'm buying. I'm buying that. Trinity asks Corbin what made him end his last relationship, and he says they kind of just grew apart. You grew apart in a year and a half? Mel takes charge and immediately asks to pull him for a private chat, and I don't think the ladies like this at all. Beatrice says that she plans on letting Wow, this is sincere watching it all go down. Mel lets Corbin know that she's super excited that he's here, and she felt like the villa could use something extra. He sits down with Mel and asks her who her connection is and if there's any tea or drama he needs to know about in the villa. Mel says there isn't really any drama, and then Corbin starts to describe who he is as a person. He's a very chill guy, and some people may even say that he's very nonchalant, and he doesn't like that word because there's a negative connotation to it. He says once you really get to know him, you'll see more of his inner child and fun side. He seems really sweet, actually, and very introspective so far. He says he's a very genuine guy and extremely transparent, so we'll see. He communicates to Mel that he likes talking to her and he finds it very easy. He says he's very goal-oriented and very focused on what he wants, and he gives a slight little nudge to Mel to let her know that she's what he wants right now. We go back to the girls. Mel starts to spiral walking around the villa, and what do you know? Naya goes to try to comfort her, and she asks Melanie to come back to the couch where the girls are sitting. Melanie says absolutely not. She's flipping out, and the episode ends with her asking for 10 and Anaya chasing her. Pick up in episode 5 with Mel still spiraling and Anaya still chasing after her. Unfortunately, Mel is now crying. Anaya is being the supportive friend. Mel is plotting on pulling Casey for a chat tomorrow. Just kidding. Mel says she's upset about what just happened with Beatrice because she does not like being talked to like that. Am I tripping? What did Beatrice say so wrong that caused Mel to flip out like this? Like, I get her not liking what she has to say. At this point, all the girls are tripping tonight and everybody needs to go to bed. Except Kenzie. Where is Kenzie? Did y'all notice Kenzie was missing during this entire thing? Sean pulls Bryce for a chat and lets him know, hey, he's feeling Trinity and he will be pulling Trinity for a chat. And Bryce had no objections. Then Sean starts talking.
Option, so I'm just like that backup quarterback trying to just, get my reps in at practice and see if I'll get brought up to the starting lineup. But I was like, I'm so laid back into who I am because I'm 20, like we're both 29.
Can somebody tell me what the fuck Sean is talking about? The only thing I got from this was that he's interested in pulling Trinity for a chat and Anaya is on his radar. Of course, Bryce understood all of this because this is Bryce 5 seconds later.
it's just a lot of like ups, downs, highs, lows. I feel like I'm like gambling, you know what I mean? I feel like I'm in Vegas, I'm just like, oh, dopamine hit, then like anxiety, then dopamine hit, and you know.
Girl, finally we find Kenzie, and she's been having a chat with Corbin. The chat is cute, and Kenzie is doing a great job at contributing what she can to the conversation.
Tell me a little bit about yourself.
I've always lived in Kennesaw, Georgia,
Okay.
and I love it there.
Okay.
Yeah.
She then asks Corbin what his type is, and I was falling for Corbin until he said this.
You.
Really? No, you probably said the same shit to Mel.
Immediately, he's full of shit. I'm sorry, he's full of shit. He literally just told Mel last episode that he knows what he wants and he's looking right at it. But now all of a sudden he's in front of Kenzie and she's his type? What? But unfortunately, Kenzie is clearly buying into all of this. Kenzie says she's feeling giddy and she hasn't been like this since she's been here. Then Corbin goes in for a kiss. I don't know, y'all. Kenzie might actually just be his type because I don't remember him trying this with Mel. Speaking of Mel, she goes to grab Sincere for a chat.
Yeah, this was like, I just think it's so disrespectful. You like that you kept just leaning over and looking at him and looking at him. She was like, when you know Kenzie is single, you know.
So she was basically talking for Kenzie, but Kenzie didn't even say that.
Kenzie didn't say. I mean, she hasn't said anything to me.
Well, be honest, like do you want to explore or not?
I
mean,
do.
sure, of course.
Basically, Sincere was like, fuck all that. Are you trying to explore? You know what? I'm not mad at him. This conversation is really sweet for the both of them because Sincere said no matter if they're on good terms or bad terms, he always wants Mel to feel as if she can talk to him about anything. Mel says she's really happy to have Sincere and she can genuinely just be herself around him. And what more can you ask for? We switch back over to Kenzie and Corbin, but not for long because Kata comes to pull him for a chat. Corbin and Kata go into the speakeasy and immediately Kata locks in.
This situation work out.
Like, you could make breakfast for someone you fancy if you want to.
Has someone done that for you?
Zach will make you breakfast.
Okay.
But again,
What if another dude come in?
Corbin asks Kata if she's open and she says,
hell yeah, I'm open.
then Kata asks Corbin if he enjoyed their kiss from earlier, and he pulls the same exact move that he did with Kenzie.
Why do you have to remember like this?
No, I'm fucking
Come
with you.
on, I'm the
Nah,
last one.
I like the kiss, but like it was so long ago in the day. Like I want to get reminded of what it was again. I get a kiss.
No, not yet.
What?
Not yet.
What?
I've never seen Kata show this many teeth with Zach. Then he straight up lies about it.
Because are you kissing all the other girls?
I
So
said
why do you want to kiss me?
I want to be reminded of what I got earlier on today. Is it a problem? Let me know if I'm about to stir up some shit.
You might stir up some shit.
But like you said, we're away from everybody.
I want to like get to know you more.
Okay.
You know what? I'm honestly convinced Corbin is a robot. He has like 8 programmed responses. Trinity then comes to pull Corbin, and the conversation is actually quite nice.
A brother and a sister.
Are you the youngest? Like, what's your? Really, me too. I'm the baby.
Okay.
So it's like I've always been used to having older siblings, like treating me like a second child. Like my siblings literally like spoil me. Like if it's something that
And says that Trinity looks good and that she's soft-spoken, so there could be some potential there after a few more chats. One thing I can say is that Corbin is very attentive when it comes to each conversation he's having with the ladies. Trinity is hitting Corbin with some really good questions that he cannot ChatGPT himself out of, okay? She asks him what he wants out of life. He says as far as long-term goals go, he would like to start a family and become a provider. Now Anaya's turn to pull Corbin for a chat. Anaya then asks Corbin what's his type, and I thought he said his type was Kenzie, but here he says,
So like I want to get to know you better. So I want to know like what your type is.
Like I like physical attributes. Like, you gotta look good, at least to the eye. But aside from that, it's personality. I do business. You can be around me, say we go to an event or something, you gotta hold your own, you know?
Yeah,
And then,
of course.
like,
so Corbin is a lying robot. Got it. Anaya asks him if he's a relationship type of person. And he says with the right individual, he's a lover boy. But you have to earn that side of him. He doesn't just give it out like that. And okay, sis, yeah. But Anaya skips right past that part because she says that she's most excited about watching Corbin work out in the morning with his shirt off. And amen to that. Sean then pulls Trinity for a chat. Sean is really funny in this combo, and he's commending Trinity for her poker face that she had during the game when she came out after she kissed Corbin. Sean says if a bombshell came in for them during the game, he doesn't think that his face would have been able to hide it. We know Sean. Trinity says that she's excited to get to know Sean and that she does not care at all if Bryce chooses to pull someone else for a chat. Immediately after that, she also says that she does not want to take away Kenzie's chance at finding something, so I don't know how much chatting her and Sean will be doing. Before bed, Sean is talking to Kenzie and he lets her know he wasn't fond of how harsh she was being towards Zach during the boss bitch game. He says she just didn't want to dance on him during the challenge and her body, her choice. I mean, why does Sean care anyways? This is his chance to stay in the villa. So it's a new day in the villa and Corbin brings a fruit platter for all the ladies. I'm not buying Corbin's bullshit, but we'll see. Kenzie and Anaya go for a chat and Anaya asks Kenzie how she's feeling since she has so many options now.
Are you conflicted?
Yeah, like, I was really intending on having a chat with Gabe. Because that kiss during...
That was spicy.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
And
Kenzie then says she was really vibing with Corbin and Soul Ties, and she really likes him too. Aya coming in clutch tells Kenzie that she heard Corbin asked for a kiss from Kata 3 times in the speakeasy right after his chat with Kenzie. Kenzie is in complete shock. Clearly. Aya says it's giving fuckboy energy because he had just kissed Kenzie, and I agree. Corbin gives producer's pet / actor only here to stir the pot vibes. So Kenzie says Sean, on the other hand, makes her feel like he actually cares and makes her feel heard. Kenzie and Anaya decide to do a meditating class, and you already know Kenzie took this as her opportunity to bust into her splits, honey. 30 seconds later, the class is over and Sean is talking to Gabriel and Beatrice. He asks their opinion on what he should do regarding his connections. He couldn't find anybody else to ask. He says he likes his conversations with Trinity and Kenzie. He brings up how off-putting it was for Kenzie to treat Zach that way during the Boss Bitch Challenge. Sean, are you in a connection with Zach or Kenzie?
Are you Peter or are you Patricia?
Anything, you'd think Sean would be happy that Kenzie is giving Zach the cold shoulder since she's one of his options. Gabriel then asks how he would feel stealing one of the ladies away from their connections. And Sean says that he trusts that both of the girls know what they want and he doesn't need to steal anyone from anything. Beatrice then offers some advice and tells Sean to try being more flirty. Sean says it sucks to be single and vulnerable because he lost his connection day 1 and hasn't been able to recover since. Honestly, if he'd just asked Kenzie to couple up, she'd say yes. So well, maybe not, because Kenzie pulls Corbin for a chat.
she was like, yeah, he asked to kiss me like 3 times. It was giving like a boy to me.
Yesterday, I was just trying to move too fast. I'm sad that I went the way that I did.
Corbin says that after he asked Kata for a kiss, he sat with his thoughts and realized that he was wrong. He says he was just caught up in moving too fast and he should have never gone for a kiss with Kata after having just kissed Kenzie. Kenzie says she was just really caught off guard, and although it doesn't ruin the connection, it makes her feel closer to Sean. She says she likes to feel chased in her connections, and Sean is doing that for her. Goes on to brag about Sean to Corbin like he gives a shit. Then she starts to blush because Corbin is staring at her. Corbin says Kenzie's vibe is exactly what he normally goes for, bubbly personality and fun. So he definitely wants to still see where things go with her. Beatrice and Melanie go for a chat for the first time since their argument last night.
I wanted to talk about yesterday because obviously I don't want any like tension. Yeah. And I definitely meant what I said yesterday, but I think my delivery is what, well, I guess I want to get your thoughts, is what, like, how I said it really, what was, like, bothersome? Yeah, I think it was so disrespectful.
Melanie says that not only was Beatrice's delivery disrespectful, she then apologized to Kenzie, and that still wasn't enough for Beatrice. Beatrice then says that she just wanted Kenzie to be able to have her shots, and she was vulnerable. Melanie says she's ready to move forward, then Beatrice says the same. We then go a layer deeper into the conversation, and we find out that Beatrice actually feels that she's not feminine enough to be there. Says that she has to fit into a tougher role because she doesn't naturally feel more feminine, and that Gabriel actually makes her feel softer. She says that as she grew up, her parents basically told her that she needs to be tough and never let people see her cry. She also feels like all of the things she's gone through plays a part in how her personality has been shaped overall. Melanie is being a fantastic friend here and totally pouring compliments and confidence into her, and we love to see it. To Beatrice and Gabriel having a chat, and we can tell by this conversation that Beatrice definitely wants to take things slow.
Hey, like if you keep going, imagine.
I'll be good. I won't do that to you.
It has been good so far.
Yes. Yes, we've been good.
Beatrice raves about her connection with Gabriel. I'm always very confused because here's another conversation they're having where they're speaking, but nothing is being said. Then tells Beatrice that he'll be having some conversations with Kenzie today. Melanie and Corbin are having a chat, and she tells him that the girls got mad at her for pulling him for a chat first.
I had certain feelings about me pulling you first, but they were taking too long.
There you go. Stand on business.
Literally.
You had to do what you had
First
to do.
come, first serve.
There you go. Had to do what you had to do.
You were there.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that shit was like crazy.
Why was she the first one to jump up all giddy? Let's go.
Aren't the girls in Melanie friends? Didn't Corbin just get there last night? Crazy. Sincere is still processing how he feels about Mel being the first one to pull Corbin for a chat. Anaya tells Sincere not to overthink it because they were all going to pull Corbin for a chat. Sincere isn't buying it because if Mel was so upset that he pulled Kata for a chat, why is she, quote, doing the same thing with a smile on her face? Anaya then starts spitballing excuses trying to cover for her sis Mel. He was just testing the connection. She loves you. She's honestly just scared. I mean, Anaya is the definition of a rider. Sincere isn't buying any of it. We go back to Mel and Corbin, and he's telling Mel that she wasn't the only one that got into some trouble last night. He tells Mel about the whole situation between he, Kinsey, and Kata. He tells her he knows why he messed up. He knows he messed up because he kissed Kinsey and then asked Kata for a kiss right after.
Just the way I moved a little bit yesterday was maybe
Little red flag.
you know, little red flag, but
Corbin is a bombshell. He kissed everybody just earlier that same day during the challenge. So why is it wrong for him to kiss two girls in the same night now? I mean, that's what Kata and Gabriel did as bombshells when they first came in. They actually kissed two people. As he's discussing this, I realized just how calculated Corbin is. Corbin brought a platter for all the ladies this morning. So he knows it's okay to be open towards all the ladies. He was pulled for a chat by all the ladies. So once again, he knows it's okay to keep his options open. He spoke to all of the ladies about their kisses with him when they were all gathered around the fireplace. So he knows that they have no problem kissing him. So my question is, why is Corbin being so apologetic right now? Why is he bringing this up to Mel? What kind of person wants to make sure everyone believes they're a certain way, even though their actions show they're something different? Anaya is still over with Sincere fighting for Mel's life.
I think my best advice is that you need to make sure you can just talk and get everything out and that she's being super receptive of it.
Anaya tells Sincere to boss up and pull Mel for a chat. He tells Anaya that Mel wouldn't have liked it if the roles were reversed. Anaya actually agrees with him.
Like, obviously, I know we're in a connection, but explore, you know what I mean? As long as we're just open and honest with each other, I think that's what's gonna be the healthiest for our connection. What you did yesterday didn't bother me. It was just like, I guess, like, how
Casey and Anaya go for a chat.
I just feel like darker skinned women, like you guys get the short end of the stick, and like they try to put like a negative connotation on you guys. The dark, no, really.
I honestly don't know what made Casey say this, but go on.
I love Melanie. You know what I mean?
Casey, I'm gonna
Don't
cry.
cry, but like, you know what I mean, though?
Yeah.
Like when I think of a black woman, I think of you.
Casey, get off my screen. How, when you think of a black woman, you think of her and y'all just met? Casey and Anaya then say that the more they talk to each other, the more comfortable they get with one another, and the body language definitely gives that. Anaya says that Casey is always reassuring her and telling her how beautiful she is, and I love this for her. Corbin and Kata are having a chat.
Listen, I know I didn't give you the kiss. You came in here with hella confidence. That's the thing, I liked it.
Am I tripping, or is he still asking Kata for a kiss?
Is that still on the table, or is like you don't want to give me a kiss?
Obviously, I'm coupled up with Zach right now.
Yeah.
My thing is, I just want to like keep talking to you. Like,
Kata has to tell this man again that she's more interested in getting to know him and talking with him more, especially since she's coupled up with Zach. So no. Corbin says he appreciates that and it's fair, and that just means that he just has to work 10 times harder, and he loves that. Corbin is never talking to her again. He then gives her the same compliment that he gave Kinsey. Meanwhile, Zach just realized they were having a chat right behind him. He says it makes him feel like shit, and he wants to know why the fuck they're over there laughing. And I understand that, Zach. Corbin asks Kata what she's looking for in a relationship since they're both 22, and the stereotype for people their age is that they're not ready to settle down. Kata says she loves love, and although she's not ready to get married and have kids, she definitely wants to leave here in a relationship. And by looking at this photo, Corbin is looking at her like, relationship? What's that? Corbin has some sort of robotic response along the lines of, same here. I want to leave here in a relationship too. Us two against the world. Yay. Kata says in her confessional that she's glad she didn't give Corbin a kiss because it makes her harder to get, and she thinks she may have more of a chance with him playing it that way. I'm here to tell you, Kata, that no, it's not going to give you more of a chance with him. No. Guys that look like that don't do hard work. They think they're the prize. Go, move on, be happy with Zach. Take my advice. Meanwhile, Zach is sweating because he's realizing that he has no other options other than Kata. So if she decides to pursue Corbin, he's fucked. Kinsey and Gabriel go for a chat. You know Gabriel is about to talk about the most important thing on his mind.
What happened in the challenge? Kinsey surprised me a lot.
I surprised you.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting, to I knew like you're a dancer, you have a lot of attitude.
Gabriel says he was not expecting Kinsey to perform the way she did in the Boss Bitch Challenge and that she had him shook. He said that their kiss was magic and that Kinsey is trouble. Kinsey is in her confessional saying that she's definitely interested in Gabriel, but she's kind of scared of Beatrice. She says she doesn't want to cause any trouble and she feels like she's walking on eggshells whenever she speaks to Gabriel. Trinity and Bryce are talking and he says the more he talks to her, the closer he feels to her, and he wants to know if she feels the same.
Closer to you every day.
Do you
so,
really?
Yeah, 100%. Do you feel the same?
I do.
Do you feel like every day it's like a little more?
Yes, especially after that conversation.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Especially after you saw them hips move. You saw.
Bryce reveals that when he was a child, he felt like he looked like a girl. And one day in middle school, the girl that everyone wanted came up to him and told him he was the hottest guy in school, and that made all of the other guys bully him. Trinity says that she feels she used to be an ugly duckling in school, but Bryce says from the moment he saw her, he's always felt like she had a doll face. Bryce and Trinity's conversation seems to improve every time we see them, and I love it. Everyone's chilling, then Kata receives a text telling all the Islanders that tonight everyone will be recoupling and it's girl's choice. They're talking and they ask Kinsey who her number one is now. She says her number one is Sean, number two is Corbin, and number three is Gabriel. Corbin then gets a text. This text reads that during tonight's recoupling, he'll get to steal one of the ladies from their couples. Oh, and he can't tell the guys or girls.
This changes the whole narrative. I know those guys gotta watch out, because now the power is in my hands. I'm here to find, my connection, and if it's with their girl, then so be it.
Corbin is a paid actor, I'm sorry. Islanders are getting ready for tonight and everyone is nervous, even the ladies. Sean tells the guys to basically just go in expecting every girl to pick Corbin. Kinsey decides to pull both Casey and Sincere for a chat to discuss her connection.
I'm feeling Gabe. And then I'm also feeling Sean and the new guy Corbin. I think we all have really good, different connections.
Ariana Maddox walks in while everyone is talking, so you know that means it's officially time for the recouplings. Before the girls pick, Ariana reveals the text that Corbin received. Corbin chooses Kinsey because he never knew he could open up so quickly with someone, and he feels like their conversations flow naturally. My gosh, Sean just cannot catch a break. By this photo, the producers made Corbin choose Kinsey so they can get Sean out of the house immediately. But hey, what do I know? The girl to choose is Anaya, and of course she chooses Casey. She says it's because every time they speak, it always feels super easy and he always reassures her. Next is Mel, and she chooses Sincere because he makes her feel seen and valued. Time for Kata to choose, and she goes for Zach because he makes her feel confident. Beatrice then chooses Gabriel, who's been over this since Kinsey picked Corbin. Beatrice then says that she chose Gabriel because all of her life she felt like she had to put on a front as a tough girl. But when she's with Gabriel, he makes her feel more feminine and soft. Beatrice delivers this wedding-worthy speech. And Gabriel was just telling Kinsey earlier how he wants to see her moves from the challenge. Hate to see it. Sean already knows he's not getting picked. Trinity is next, and I actually completely forgot she has a connection with Sean because outside of the challenges, Kinsey is the only person that Sean kisses, and Kinsey is the only person that Sean is making breakfast for. I have a feeling we know who Trinity is gonna pick. Casey, please, damn!
And I don't know, he makes me feel heard. I love when he compliments me.
Deep breath, we're getting there.
Bryce.
Congratulations, Bryce.
Which means Sean is left single and vulnerable again. And
dumped from the villa.
everyone is shocked, including me. Sean definitely wants to cry, but instead he packs his bags. Though Kinsey says she was gonna pick Corbin regardless, she decides to pull Sean for one more chat before he leaves.
I feel like it could continue growing, so I don't know, I just wasn't ready for you to go home.
Yeah. But even though it didn't work out, romantically.
Basically, she says she's gonna miss his breakfast and the way he talks to her and his smiles. Only thing she got from Corbin were the smiles. Oh, and a grape from the fruit platter he bought all the ladies. So why did Sean not get picked again? Hate to see it. And that's the end of episode 6. Picks up with the Islanders being devastated by Sean being dumped from the island, especially Kinsey. But that doesn't last too long because Corbin immediately pulls her into soul ties. Corbin seems very excited about this coupling, and he's really excited about being in bed with Kinsey. His decision was super easy to make, but honestly, if we're judging just off conversation alone, he and Trinity had a way deeper chat. So what does he mean Kinsey made him open up quickly? But maybe I missed where he and Kinsey had this amazing spark. But that doesn't matter because Kinsey clearly loves it. Like, look at their conversation in this next clip.
Your hands are so big. Like, oh my god. That's insane. What did you do when you were growing up? What did you play?
Basketball, football.
Basketball? What did you play when you were basketball? What were you?
He's like, do you mean what position did I play in basketball, you dumb bitch? But what's funnier is when he tells her which position, Kinsey's like, I don't even know what that means. I don't know, y'all. I'm not buying it. I think Corbin likes white girls and Kinsey likes black guys, and that's just the extent. I'm sorry. But we shall see.
Never had a connection with a 22-year-old?
No.
So I'm the first?
Yeah?
You're a cougar, you know that, right?
Oh my god! No! No, stop!
Cougar of the house!
What? We go over to Trinity and Bryce says he's so stoked that Trinity chose him last night. No, guys, I'm really shipping them. He says it's really satisfying that he'll get to sleep in bed with Trinity tonight, but he's also really sad about Sean leaving. Trinity is gushing about Bryce in a way I've never seen her do before, and I love this for her. We go to Melanie and Sincere, and they are both in the fields right now. She says that she loves talking to him, and he tells her how much he appreciates her. We go to Anaya and Casey, and he expresses how nervous he was about Anaya not choosing him. Anaya then asks Casey, what if someone comes in that's your type? And he says she would have to do something crazy to top what the two of them have so far. Like what, Casey? Say hi? Just kidding. Casey says he's really confident in their connection and that feelings are really starting to creep in on a deeper level. Whatever that means. Can you believe he had the nerve to ask her what's so funny? We go over to Kata and Zach, and he asks her if she's happy. She's kissing him more than ever before, and I'm like, okay, good for you, Zach. But then she said,
My little nerd.
Kata then starts to gush about Zach in her confessionals, and she says he'll always be her first choice, and she feels really good about him. We then go over to Gabriel and Beatrice.
Yeah, it's hard for me to do stuff like that.
Why?
Because it's like uncomfortable, because I was feeling a little...
She basically says that after she gave her speech about Gabriel and how he makes her feel, she expected him to run over to her or kiss her like the other guys did with their ladies. But when it was his turn to express his feelings back to her, she felt like he couldn't even express himself. He said she could, quote, barely tell what he was feeling. Gabriel says that when he speaks his main language instead of English, things come more from the heart. But Gabriel, you didn't have a problem communicating with Kinsey on the dock that you liked when she... Beatrice then asks him if he would feel more comfortable speaking Spanish, and he said he would because it's similar to Portuguese. Then says he's very happy she chose him, and they kiss. We go over to the girls' lounge, and Kinsey is clearly over Sean leaving. Sean's bed is still warm. Okay, I live. It's a new day in the villa, and Corbin is in the kitchen before Kinsey could brush her teeth. Energy. Go over to Beatrice and Gabriel. Gabriel says that although they've been together every day, Beatrice still hasn't told him what she wants or expects from her man. So that tells me Beatrice and Gabriel haven't had any serious relationship conversations. Because what do you mean you don't know what she expects from her man?
For me, or like my chair kind of pulled out for me, or like if I'm cold, when they give me their jacket. I think that's like really sweet.
Well, what am I missing in your opinion so far?
You?
Yep.
Or I think we haven't had like any like deep conversations yet.
Beatrice, if you guys haven't had any deep conversations, then how did he deserve this wedding speech that you gave last night? Like, the speech that she gave at the recoupling was legendary. And you gave all that for someone you've yet to have deep conversations with? Gabriel then asks Beatrice about her exes, and she says in her adult life, she's only had 2 relationships, and one of them was like an on and off thing for 3 years. She also reveals that he was 20 years older than her and that she never told her family about him. Gabriel can relate because he says he's also dated someone that was older than him by 18 years. Beatrice says in her confessionals that her and Gabriel are progressing along, but she doesn't want to lose herself in this connection. Naya and Sincere go for a chat, and she asks him how he's doing. He says Mel choosing kissing him last night definitely has him feeling better about their situation. Anaya, looking absolutely tea, by the way, tells Sincere he has absolutely nothing to worry about. Go over to Kata and Zach and...
Watermelon's good.
Do you know what watermelon is in Greek?
No.
Got pussy.
Go over to Kinsey, Beatrice, and Trinity, and Kinsey asks Beatrice how she feels about Gabriel. She says that she likes that he understands her and that they're continuing to grow together, but...
I don't know. I still feel like he's into me until something else comes.
And I completely agree. Trinity then asks Kinsey how she feels, and she says she's feeling really good about her connection with Corbin and that she's really attracted to him. She likes Corbin's personality, and she thinks that their conversations are great. Trinity says that although she likes Kinsey with Corbin, she knows that Kinsey truly needs a cowboy, and the word cowboy had Kinsey just screaming. Trinity and Bryce are hanging out while she gives him a manicure and they're getting to know each other more. Trinity asks Bryce what's the most expensive date he's been on and why. He says he took one of his exes to the Dominican Republic and it was like $4K. Bryce is in his confessional just going in about his connection with Trinity and just how much he loves it.
I feel so good with my connection with Trinity. We literally can talk about anything, laugh about anything. There's like such an appreciation for each other. I see a different light in her eyes than like before. Like every day we get a little closer, a little more like...
Bryce and Trinity are growing on me, y'all, and I don't know, I just have a feeling I'm gonna regret feeling this. Casey and Anaya are talking, and she asks Casey what his type is. I knew it.
So what would you is your type?
I mean, I've dated. I only have one real girlfriend, but I've dated around. Everybody's different,
Yeah.
but they all were very very independent, very like...
Whenever you're dating a guy and you ask him what his type is and he starts to list off personality traits, just know you're not his normal type. Casey reveals he's only ever had one girlfriend and the relationship lasted 3 years. Anaya reveals that she's only had 2 relationships. The first one was a few months and the second one was on and off for about 3 years. Casey asks Anaya what her childhood was like and what she was like in high school. I love questions like this. She says she played volleyball and won Homecoming Princess, and basically she's just always been that girl. Anaya asks Casey about his hometown.
I know once I spread my wings, like I'll never look back.
You just have to live life to the fullest.
No, literally. I definitely hear what you're saying, and like I'm definitely ready to make that leap of faith.
A lot of people say I overthink, and I have been in positions where I could have took big risks, and I've always played the safe game, and I definitely opened my eyes to that shit. Like, she's done...
Rooting for Casey, but I really feel like he's gonna make me change my mind. We go over to Kinsey and Corbin and...
How I want to feel.
Yeah. Have you ever... Ooh. So in my head, I want to experience like blindfolding and trying to like get to know your partner.
Oh, what does that mean?
Like imagine how last night it was dark. Couldn't see shit really.
Casey and Sincere are giggling and blushing about how good their connections are. Sincere asks Casey if he and Anaya have talked about life outside of the villa, and Casey brings up the conversation he and Anaya just had. He tells Sincere that he spoke to Anaya about visiting Georgia and that he would be interested in Open and seeing if he likes it. I thought you told her you were ready to move. Kinsey gets a text telling the Islanders to get ready for a slumber party. The Islanders get ready and they all go down to this huge bed for the slumber party. After a brief pillow fight, Ariana arrives, so let the games begin. She asks the girls if they'd be able to find their men without seeing them, and they say absolutely. The rules of the game are the girls will be blindfolded and the guys will be handcuffed at the headboard of the huge bed. The girls have to feel their way around each guy to see which one is their man. Each girl has a specific paint color, so everyone will be able to tell who touched who by the end of the game. Side note, isn't it crazy that just earlier Corbin was talking about something exactly like this and now it's all of a sudden happening? Strange. Anyways, the game begins and the first girl up is Trinity and she has to find her way to Bryce. Trinity goes to Gabriel first and immediately goes in for a kiss. Trinity, how is that supposed to tell you it's Bryce? Oh wait, the turtle tongue. Anyways, this is Bryce when that happened. Trinity basically kisses all the guys to see which one is Bryce, and this strategy actually works because she chooses the right guy. Trinity says it actually was not the turtle tongue that told her which one was Bryce. It was her intuition. Next is Mel, and she immediately kisses Casey, and he was definitely feeling it. She kissed Zach for 0.5 seconds and said nah. She went to Bryce, still didn't know. She shares a kiss with Trinity, then she finally kisses Sincere, and I'm thinking, oh, she knows who her man is. Mel then goes for Corbin, and I live to know that wasn't Sincere because her hands were in Corbin's hair. She does this little back and forth kissing game between Corbin and Sincere, and I'm thinking, T, yes! But Sincere was not thinking tea at all. Next is Kenzie, and Gabriel can't wait for Kenzie to crawl his way. While Gabriel is in Kenzie heaven, our fourth new bombshell soul enters the villa. She's 24, she's from California, and she's, quote, up for the challenge if the girls try to hold their men from her. Kenzie is making her rounds, Soul jumps right in, and all of her kisses were pretty fire. Casey in particular thought this as well, and says he's a sucker for a pixie cut because he thinks it exudes confidence. Soul says her standout people were Casey, Corbin, and Sincere. Meanwhile, Kenzie finally finds Corbin and handcuffs herself to him. Next is Beatrice. She goes for a kiss with Casey and knows immediately it's not Gabriel. Then goes to Gabriel and immediately knew and cuffed herself to Gabriel. I don't know, y'all, does this seem like the face of a happy man? A happy girl, yes, but a happy man? Next is Kata, and just as she's about to get started on her kiss with Casey, in walks our fifth bombshell of the season, Jen. Jen is 23 and she's from Florida. She says that she's excited to see the girls and she hopes they're excited to see her, but at the end of the day, she's here to take their man and clock it. This is Gabriel's reaction to another blonde coming into the villa. That's cold. Jen immediately gets to it with all the guys and they love it. Last up is Anaya, and she actually uses her hands to touch and feel the faces of the guys to see which one is Casey, and it absolutely worked. The ladies all take off their blindfolds to reveal they each have chosen the right guy. Mel then notices a color that none of the girls have, and that's red. And this is Casey's ass. You know what? I'm a fan. I'm sorry. I'm a fan of Casey. I'm a fan. Immediately, the girls know there's a new bombshell. Ariana reveals there were actually 2 new bombshells that entered the villa during the game, and that is when Soul and Jen reintroduce themselves to everyone. It's Casey when they both re-enter the villa. Run, Anaya. Bryce reveals he actually knows Jen. How, Bryce? Ariana asks the bombshells how they felt about each kiss, and they both loved it. Ariana asks the guys how they feel about the new bombshells, and...
Wrong answer.
To be with my girl.
Blessed? I'm not a fan no more. That was hilarious, but I'm done. I'm not a fan no more. Rihanna then introduces our 6th new bombshell into the villa, Caleb. Caleb's adorable to me. He's 21, he's from North Carolina, and he's definitely giving off bad boy cowboy, so you already know this is how Kenzie is looking at him. She's in love already. Corbin who? And you know I live. Caleb starts to make out with all the ladies, but the kisses that stood out to me particularly were the ones with everyone he went in. Caleb seems like another robot, but I'll buy into it for now. And that's the end of episode 7. Starts off with the Islanders getting to know the 3 bombshells that just entered the villa. Trinity is telling the girls that Bryce knows the new bombshell Jen, and all the girls want to know how. And so do I. Over to the guys, and they all seem pretty nervous about getting to know the new bombshells, so Zach just comes right out and says, introduce yourselves. Jen says she's from Florida, but she's in LA now and she's a model. Bryce reveals to the guys that he knows Jen because they used to work together, and Jen reveals that her and Bryce have did content together as recently as a few months ago. I'm sure it was for some sort of magazine or brand, not OnlyFans. No. Soul is from Orange and she lives in LA now too. She says she is a waitress and she also works at the front desk of a gym. While Soul is talking, this is Bryce, and I'm wondering, is he in love? Go over to the girls and they're all getting to know new bombshell Caleb. He tells the girls that he just moved to Charleston and he installs elevators for a living. The time he's talking, Kenzie is literally giggling and squealing. So much so that Kata had to apologize to the man while he was talking. We go back to the guys and Corbin asks Jen and Soul what are red flags for them. Jen says her red flag is when guys hate on her for playing Taylor Swift. Soul takes it a bit deeper and says that her red flag is a nonchalant person. She says she likes her guy to be intentional with her, and I agree. Jen hits back with a really good question, and she asks the guys if they're afraid to venture outside of their connections right now. Zach says he's not scared, but he just doesn't have that desire right now, and he's going home soon if he doesn't change that attitude. This is Corbin's response.
See where it is, but you can lose a lot, especially with us. So it's a decision that we gotta make.
Yeah. I mean, me and Melanie have a...
Corbin over here talking like he and Kenzie been together longer than 24 hours. Corbin, baby, the way Kenzie is giggling with Caleb, you don't even have a connection anymore. So what are you talking about? And Sincere, them crickets were mighty loud when you were talking about Mel. Sincere reveals he's actually not happy at all with the way Mel behaved during the game, and that's a huge red flag for him. Says he's definitely open to any conversation. And then he starts to go off on the deep end again.
New state of the art, everything I ever wanted Christmas presents at my front door. Am I just gonna look at them? Or am I actually gonna open up the gifts and see what it's talking about?
Caleb goes to steal the bombshells and have a little side chat while everyone debriefs. Girls are talking and Kenzie is obsessed. They think Caleb is really sweet and they think he has really great eye contact when he speaks with them. Kenzie even said that Caleb reminds her of home a little bit. My thing is Kenzie gonna have first dibs on all the bombshells? Kata says that Zach is mad at her, and I don't recall this. Did I miss this?
To shit, but she's on her back, getting her fucking wrapping her legs around him and shit. Living it. I'm all for like going for it.
Oh, Zach is mad. Never mind. The guys then ask Casey how he's feeling, and he says he's for sure feeling Soul. The guys then ask Casey if he has a type, and he says that Soul actually looks like his ex in a good way. Kata is fake mad about Zach having made out with Soul. Girl, you do not like Zach. Stop playing these games, Kata. Anaya is not happy right now.
I never have joked around or did no fucking shit like that.
That's valid.
That's not funny to me.
I'm fucking pissed off. He wants to cause a fucking scene, cracking jokes, making faces, thinking shit's funny. Shit's not funny. That shit's not funny.
Anaya, where have you been? Casey has been laughing since the first episode. Mel, who made out with Corbin and Sincere simultaneously, then has the nerve to say that she's going to be mad if one of the girls actually likes Sincere. Now, the whole simultaneous makeout between Sincere and Corbin was tea, but you have to know he's definitely going to do the same thing to you. Zach is being messy as hell and telling Sincere, yeah, mate, your girl's totally into Caleb, and that had nothing to do with Kenzie, yeah? Like, chill, Zach, chill. Gabriel basically says he's here to explore, and he will definitely be leaving here with someone he likes. So he's ready for any conversation. We know Gabriel, and we actually know the exact bombshell you'll be exploring. Bryce sees Trinity and Beatrice giving the new bombshells a tour of the villa, and he loves this.
You know, it can be very intimidating coming into a villa that's already established with couples, friendships already. So I want them to be as comfortable as possible.
I love that Trinity and Beatrice are taking this approach. I love when people make other people feel comfortable in situations that they know can be intimidating to others. We go over to Mel and Sincere, and it's intense.
I feel very disrespected. You're sitting there kissing every single body, then you were literally going ping pong with me and Corbin. It gets embarrassing because I felt disrespected and embarrassed.
Mel says she's sorry and she didn't know it was Corbin. Where's her wing woman Anaya when you need her? Next is Anaya and Casey.
I feel like you did a lot there too. You had your arm over her.
No. I did not have my arm over her.
You just did, Casey. I mean, it wasn't like caressing.
No. I was already like this. She came between me and Gabe. That wasn't my idea. It already looks bad because I have hella red on me.
Yeah.
Anaya starts to cry, and I hate this for my girl. I think Anaya showed way too much loyalty way too soon, and that's why she's hurt. If my girl Anaya had explored Sean, Corbin, even Sincere, I think that we would be having a different emotional response here. Anaya then asks Casey what he thinks of the girls, and he keeps it all the way real, which I can appreciate.
Not my type. I think Soul's very pretty.
Really open to exploring her.
Really open? I mean, if it happens, it happens. I mean, I feel like if it's mutual, like if she want to explore me and I want to explore her, yes, but like.
He says although he's interested in exploring things with Soul, he doesn't see a point in completely ending things with Anaya if he and Soul don't have a vibe or a connection. And although I can see that. I'm going to go with that because he and Anaya have only been together for 7 days, so he deserves that. Casey then apologizes for embarrassing her, and I think he genuinely feels bad about his reaction. Also, Casey, you should have never told Anaya you were thinking about moving to Georgia and taking a leap. That's crazy work. Now we have Zach and Kata, and sheesh, it's serious combo after serious combo. Zach tells Kata it didn't feel nice watching her kiss the new bombshell Caleb, and that there's real feelings involved at this point. She tells him that during her kiss with Caleb, she was being very performative, and Zach is not buying it. Kata apologizes to Zach several times, and he says he's cool, but he's not rushing to cuddle her tonight. Zach even tells Kata that he told the new bombshells that he was already closed off, and her response is, "Aw." So are they closed off? Casey, Bryce, and Corbin are talking, and Corbin says, to be honest, he's not even feeling the two new bombshells like that. So if Kenzie chooses Caleb tonight, he's going to be single and vulnerable. It's a new day in the villa, and Zach says he already feels like he's in a relationship. in 7 days. The girls are getting ready in the girls' lounge, and Mel is still holding on to the fact that she didn't know who she was kissing between Corbin and Sincere. And who am I to say she's a liar? Go to Sincere, and he says he wants to start putting his eggs in different baskets. He says he also finds Soul dreamy. And I don't know, I feel like their vibes match. Beatrice and Caleb are chatting, and they're trying, and I can appreciate that.
Pictures like fresh.
It's like a couple weeks ago, yeah.
That must be nice. My pictures from when I was like young.
Soul and Gabriel are laying out, and he's telling her that he wants to explore. He asks him his ideal first date, and he says,
Little house in the middle of the ocean, like you built like floating, some
Like little
sushi.
bungalows and stuff
Yeah,
in like the middle of the ocean.
exactly. You know?
asks Soul to go chat in Soul Ties. Gabriel is talking to Soul with more English words than I thought he knew. He's telling Soul that he feels like they both have a lot in common and that when he speaks to her, he feels like she's emotionally mature. Wow. He tells her that he likes that she knows what she wants and he thinks she's beautiful. Gabriel then tells Soul he knows what he wants and goes in for a kiss. I knew it. I hate this for Beatrice. But not so fast because Soul was not feeling the kiss.
Sometimes it kind of just like turns me off if like my body just...
Soul says that sometimes when she kisses people, she can taste their pheromones and it kind of turns her off if her body rejects them. Either she's very spiritual or Gabriel's breath stinks. Bryce and Trinity are chatting and he is not buying Mel's excuse to Sincere. Bryce says even he would be able to tell the difference between 6'4", 220-pound Corbin and 5'10", 90-pound Sincere. Okay, I added the 90-pound part, but Bryce did say Sincere was skinnier. Trinity finally asks Bryce how he knows Jen. Says that they've actually known each other for a very long time and they've never really had any chemistry. He also mentions to Trinity that they've worked together. He then places his hand on Trinity's leg and tells her in a very unconvincingly shaky voice that she has nothing to worry about. Sincere and Anaya are chatting, and I've always wondered why every chat they have is about their partners and why they never tried to see what was up with each other. Anaya chose Sincere on the first night, so I know she's attracted to him. Mel had no issue pulling Casey for a chat, but I digress. Anaya and Sincere are talking, and while she feels very frustrated, Sincere says that if he saw Soul walking down the street, he would have to go get her number. Sincere makes it clear that he is definitely not over Mel's games last night, and he will be exploring because of that very reason. Casey and Mel are chatting, and
I kept going back and forth, which I can understand how it's crazy when your eyes are open and whatever to see.
Nah, Mel. You know I love you, bro. But you know you...
Casey is also not buying what Mel is selling. If she would just let it go, apologize, and stop talking about it, I think everybody would forget that she's lying. Well, maybe she's not. Naya, who's been looking absolutely amazing all season, by the way, tells Sincere that Casey did not do a good job at reassuring her when the new bombshells entered the villa last night. Then Sincere delivers the news to Anaya that Casey told all the guys last night that Soul looks like his ex. I can see Anaya physically deflate in disappointment.
No, don't cry, Bubs. Shoulders back, chest out. Chin up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Through it all. Even with tears in your eyes. Chin up.
She's not a nigga, Sincere. Be softer with her. Zach and Kata are chatting in Soul Ties, and Zach starts to say that he feels like he closed himself off way too early. And I agree, because when did Kata say y'all were closed off? Basically, Zach is trying to backtrack, saying that they're closed off because he feels like if he says that, he won't be able to explore a new bombshell that he actually likes if they enter the villa. And am I missing something? Because once again, when did Kata say they were closed off? When did she agree with Zach? Her legs were just wrapped around the new bombshell, so I think she's pretty open. Then starts to say when he was thinking about all this last night, he started to feel claustrophobic and trapped. I'm honestly over Zach because the only other person he's tried to chat with so far is Kenzie, and he was disgusted by her. But then at the same time wanted to be mad that Kata wrapped her legs around the new bombshell last night. Then this morning, now all of a sudden he's feeling trapped and claustrophobic. Trapped how, Zach? Not only did Kata chat with Sincere, she also chatted with Corbin a few times and even had one-on-one time with Bryce in the beginning. So who's the one that's doing the trapping here? Kata's looking at Zach like, where the fuck did all this come from? And honestly, I don't blame her because what? Kata then tells us in her confessional that she feels like Zach is pulling away and that makes her want to pull away. She then tells Zach that she's going to go ahead and explore with the new bombshell, Caleb. Then Zach says, whoa, I didn't mean that. So over Zach, but unfortunately we're staying on him because he decides to pull Jen for a chat. The same Jen he told last night that he wasn't interested in exploring because he was happy in his connection.
But I think last night I realised like it is early. It has only been a week.
Either the producers got with Zach and told him to venture out, or he's going home, or he's just wishy-washy, which is worse. Either way, pulling Jen for a chat was the right idea because it's only day 8. Caleb pulls Kata for a chat, and she suggests that they have a chat in Soul Ties. Beatrice is talking with Gabriel, and she tells him that all the girls told her his type are blondes, but she tells them that she's confident in their connection and that she knows Gabriel would tell her if he started to like someone else more than her.
That if you started to like somebody else, you would tell me?
No, I'm hearing you.
Okay.
I'm hearing you.
Now all of a sudden, Gabriel doesn't know English anymore. Caleb immediately asks Kata about her connection with Zach and Soul Ties, and she says they're both still extremely open. Caleb seems really relaxed in the conversation, but either he's a robot, like I said, or he doesn't really like any of the girls. He's just there for Kenzie, I think. Sincere pulls Soul for a chat.
Like what? Where do we start?
Start from birth.
I know, right? So my parents are from Chicago.
Okay.
Yeah, then they moved when they were in like their mid-20s.
We learn that Soul is the baby and that she has an older brother and that Sincere is the oldest of 5. He says that being the oldest has taught him to be more of a selfless person. Sincere and Soul are being really sweet towards each other and giving each other lots of compliments. It's a really sweet vibe. Soul then asks Sincere if he's open and he says absolutely. Soul then asks Sincere for a kiss and it's a vibe. Soul definitely liked this kiss with Sincere more than Gabriel's. Mill, I don't know, girl. I'm buying what they're selling. For right now. Corbin and Kenzie are chatting, and Corbin is telling her how much he enjoyed seeing her in the challenge last night. He asks Kenzie how she feels about the new bombshell, and she says that she thinks he's cute and reminds her of home. Corbin is conflicted because although Kenzie is his type, Caleb is Kenzie's type. He also doesn't know how to grow his relationship with Kenzie while being open.
I still grow Kenzie's and I's relationship while still being open. When they came in, I was like, oh shit, it's a bombshell. Like, they really about to stir some shit up in here. But for me, I don't think I'm finna pursue that. Like, I'm gonna let you know, we good. Well, at least on my side, we good.
Didn't Corbin just say last night that Kenzie is his type, so if she goes for Caleb, he's gonna be single and vulnerable? Is his problem that he doesn't know how to grow his relationship with Kenzie and be open, or is it that there's just no one there that he wants to be open to? Casey pulls Anaya for a chat, and Anaya immediately throws Sincere under the bus. She tells Casey that Sincere told her everything.
Like that's what you usually go for.
No, that's not what I usually.
And I'm just like, this makes me feel like really shitty, and I feel like everyone talks in here, and you knew that someone was gonna tell me that. Like, I really like you, and I feel like I really can see like this going somewhere from like just outside of this. Casey tries to reassure Anaya that their history means more to him than someone that just came in the villa last night. And somehow they end on a good note. The Islanders get ready for the night, and Gabriel decides to pull Jen for a chat.
And I just like work well there.
So you're gonna keep living there then?
I'm gonna keep living there, but like in the next like 2 years, 3 years, I want to move back to Florida.
I mean, that's my green flag. That's putting my notes.
Miami's my favorite.
Naya tells Beatrice about Gabriel speaking to Soul, and Beatrice had no clue. Beatrice says Gabriel is going to do whatever he wants and that she's not going to make herself anxious for a man that's not her man. And that would be tea if they didn't sleep in the same bed every night and she didn't give him that wedding speech a few days ago. But clock it, sis. Meanwhile, this is Gabriel.
Am I your type? Just to have an idea, like, what do you usually go for? Is this, well...
My like normal type is like really funny, like finance type of guys.
Okay.
Like,
okay, so like, have you been with a Latino?
no,
No?
never.
What do you think about it?
Then this is Gabriel again. You know what? Cue the Jocelyn meme. Kenzie is in Soul Ties with Caleb. Caleb asks Kenzie how she and Corbin are doing. She reveals that she actually wasn't expecting to have a connection with Corbin. Kenzie says that she's been waiting for a country boy to walk in, and Caleb says that he was really excited to kiss Kenzie when he saw her.
Wait, say that again because I was looking at you.
Yeah.
I'm like studying your face. Like, I think you're really cute.
I appreciate
Oh,
it.
your dimple's really cute too. When's your birthday?
November 22nd.
Are you Sagittarius?
Yeah. You are too, right?
Yeah. That's so weird. Do Sagittarius go together?
Seem to be vibing, and they share a kiss, and it's fire. I don't think this is going to go anywhere, though, because if Kenzie thought Corbin was too young and he's 22, what do you think she's going to think of Caleb and he's 21? Kenzie says she's very confused because she's never had more than one connection before. Girl, what? Soul goes to pull Sincere for a chat in front of everyone, and Mel is not a happy camper. Soul asks Sincere how he's feeling, and he says better now. They go to the speakeasy, and it's a vibe.
You like this movie, Die Here? Do you like the thrift?
I
do like
I
the
know
crib.
there's some good ass thrift spots
Yeah.
out there.
In LA,
I'm
100%.
jealous.
There is.
As I've gotten older, I've just enjoyed to learn to love the simple things more.
Yeah.
But still have that fun of wake up and instead of doing the same thing, let's go and
Soul seems to really be feeling Sincere, and she tells Sincere that she wants him to be the one to tell Mel about their kiss. Sincere says that he hasn't told anyone about the kiss. Didn't you just tell Zach? Says that he hasn't told anyone about the kiss, but if Mel asks, he'll tell her. Go to Mel and the other Islanders, and when Mel goes to find Sincere and Soul, the Islanders start to talk about Mel and Sincere's connection.
I think they have bad communication.
She has bad communication, bro.
I think I feel like they do like each other.
It's like they make sense, but like it's just they've been going through
Is
hella
it?
shit.
Do they make sense only
Like, now
because
imagine-
they've been day ones?
Imagine this outside of this experience.
That's-
I think it would work out.
No, it wouldn't.
Y'all think this? Am I the outlier?
Yeah.
Imagine being the loudest one in the conversation and your man Gabriel is literally swallowing Jin's head right now. Go back to Soul and Sincere, and she says that she's really trying to gauge where his head is at and how he feels about her. And Sincere tells Soul that he's definitely interested in her. He tells her that she gives him butterflies, and even though they've only had one chat, he wants to get to know her more. Soul tells him that she really likes him, they kiss, then Mel comes right in. Mel and Sincere sit on the terrace and she asks him what happened.
Do you want to keep exploring that?
yeah, I mean, we're still in a couple and we're still connected. So of course I'm not just gonna stop this because again, like we are a couple.
Okay.
I mean, why? What's on your mind? I can tell someone's on your mind.
Starts to pour her heart out to Sincere, and she tells him that she's sorry and she understands how it feels now to be on the receiving end of what she's been giving out to him. If given the chance, she'll make it up to him. Sincere tells Mel he and Soul kissed in the speakeasy, and my girl completely checks out of the conversation. Episode 8 opens up with Melanie and Anaya speaking about Soul and Sincere's kiss in the speakeasy. Melanie says that when she found out, there was nothing she could really say because she's done her own dirt too. Mel is handling this situation as best she can and is trying to keep it together. Mel then says that if she's being completely honest, she doesn't see how she's done Sincere dirty since she hasn't kissed anyone outside of a challenge. She also says that she feels she's been honest about everything, so she doesn't understand why Sincere's tripping. Kinsey grabs Corbin for a chat, and can I just say this has been a long ass night.
It was good.
Yeah.
He asked to kiss me, and we kissed.
Okay.
But I also, when I was kissing him, I was thinking about you. And then I'm like, I don't know, I'm not used to a roster. This isn't normal.
Oh, you got a roster? Yeah.
That's not.
Corbin actually seems really chill about the kiss between Kinsey and Caleb, and he says that his whole thing is honesty. So the fact that she came to tell him about the kiss immediately after it happened means she's all good in his book. He then also says he's going for Melanie now. Bryce and Trinity are chatting, and she tells him that she's really starting to like him a lot. Bryce tells Trinity that he feels like what they have is really special and it's irreplaceable. He asks Bryce a hypothetical question and asks, what if someone comes to pull you for a chat and kisses you? And then before she even finishes the sentence, he says he wouldn't kiss them. Trinity says that maybe she needs to stop comparing what they have to other people. And Bryce is under the impression that the problem they were having before is that he wasn't being affectionate enough. And now that he's worked on that, he's trying to understand what areas of growth she needs to see from him. Bryce actually shifts gears and tells Trinity that the conversation is making him, quote, mad uncomfortable. And she says, of course, she's not trying to make him uncomfortable. She just wants him to be more affectionate. And he says, well, just say that then. Damn. Well, he says, just say that. She tells him that she doesn't want him to feel underappreciated because she really does appreciate him and loves what he does for her. They end the chat on a good note. Meanwhile, I think Beatrice is completely checked out of her connection with Gabriel.
What's up?
What's up?
What's that? What's that?
Well, I want to talk to you because so far we're being honest with each other.
Yeah.
And I think both of us still open to get new connections. You know.
Beatrice is like, yeah, just get on with it. I absolutely hate this for her. He then tells her that he kissed both bombshells and she's pissed. He tells her that she has every right to go chat with whoever she wants to as well. And she tells him that she knows that and that she's glad that they're on the same page. Beatrice goes to fill Trinity and Kata in on the tea, and they are both shocked. Gabriel goes to tell the guys and they think it's hilarious. Beatrice then says she competes for medals and not guys. And that was tea. She says that she blames herself because she always goes after guys that are obvious red flags. And now Gabriel is a red flag for her. Just now, though, new day in the villa, and Gabriel is telling the guys that out of all the kisses he had yesterday, he was feeling Jen's the most. And for Caleb, he was saying out of all the conversations he had yesterday, he was feeling Kinsey's the most. Sincere is planning on speaking with Soul. Jen, on the other hand, thinks Corbin is cute and tells Mel that Sincere is the least her type out of all the guys. Kinsey, Anaya, and Trinity are all enjoying breakfast, and Kinsey is telling the girls that she still can't wrap her head around the fact that she's in two connections at the same time. Kinsey and Caleb's first talk was last night, right? And she's already considering him a connection? Kinsey says that she and Corbin have really great chemistry, especially, quote, in the bed. Trinity tells Anaya and Kinsey that she's still not convinced that Bryce likes her the way she likes Bryce. She tells the girls that she still wants Bryce to be more affectionate. Bryce is creating imaginary drama, and he's talking to Zach and telling him that he doesn't like what happened between him and Trinity last night, and even calls it a, quote, argument. He says his biggest thing with her is that she constantly compares them to other couples. I'm confused because when did they argue? I mean, even at the end of the conversation, Bryce commended Trinity on their communication skills. So also, Bryce, weren't you the one just saying in a previous episode that the couples may look like they have strong foundations, but how could they if they fall apart if one person goes to chat with someone else? Anyways, Bryce feels like since Trinity had that conversation with him, it's made him feel like he's not doing enough, and he feels like she's just projecting. He actually feels like Trinity is not that into him, and it's making him feel like he needs to go talk to other people. Soul and Jen are chatting. Soul says she feels like all the guys are closed off and she's not liking it at all. Soul says that she's really feeling Sincere and thinks he's really sweet. Then she continues to tell Jen that they've kissed twice already. Jen says Mel has no idea, but Soul doesn't feel it's her place to tell her. She feels like it's Sincere's. Mel and Sincere are chatting, and Soul wants to know what they're talking about.
I really wonder what they're talking about. We're gonna find out. It hurt my feelings that you kissed her. How many times did you guys kiss?
Like twice?
Like when you guys walked in and...
Yeah. But it wasn't like when I walked in, we just like kissed.
Oh, I don't know, love.
She is invested. Mel then asks Sincere a yes or no question. She asks him if he wants to pursue his connection with Soul.
Our connection is gonna keep dying and dying because I can't take all that shit.
But you're the one that was so adamant on, oh, we're open and we're exploring.
I didn't mean go kiss people in the fucking speakeasy
Yeah, but again,
2 times.
Yeah, but again.
Because it's like, I know you want her, go be with her. Go have fun. And I just think that you want to go be with her. And then when
Both of them begin to kiss and hug, and he apologizes and says that he should have never kissed Soul in the first place. And judging by the look on his face, I can tell that he doesn't believe that. Y'all, I kid you not. They leave the scene like this. Then this is Mel 1 second later.
I don't know how I feel about me and Sincere. Like, I like him a lot.
Sincere goes to tell the guys that he still thinks he'll be pursuing Soul. Naya and Casey are chatting, and
How are you feeling?
There ain't really no stress about shit. Like, I'm not in the same position like Sincere's in. I feel like us is like very like...
I don't know, y'all. Casey isn't seeming like his usual funny, smirky self. Like, honestly, he seems drained. What do y'all think? Sincere pulls Soul for a chat and takes her to Soul Ties. And they seem comfortable as hell. Start talking about where she got her name from and how they like each other's names, and they're just in the cut.
I just always keep like such like an optimistic vibe about me because I just know things like will like they just eventually get better.
Again, be the change that you...
They share a kiss, and Sincere is in love with Soul. Kinsey and Caleb are by the pool, and they're having a chat. He asks if she told Corbin about the kiss, and if so, how'd it go? Says even though she has a connection with Corbin, she really is interested in getting to know Caleb. Kinsey says she really likes her conversations with Caleb, and she feels that she has more in common with him than Corbin. Caleb says he's someone that loves with his whole heart, and he's always worried about getting hurt because he gets too attached in the beginning of connection. Melanie then pulls Corbin for a chat. Let's go, let's go. Melanie says that she's interested in Corbin and she's been sending him signals, but she's wondering if he's interested at all. Corbin says that although he does peep Mel's signals, he doesn't like drama, so he doesn't take it any further. I feel like Corbin is only here for the money because he and Mel have only been talking for 30 seconds and this is him.
What? What?
I fuck with your vibe, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Why? Because I'm like, yeah, go leave me alone.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you match my vibe. It's like,
Then he asks Melanie for a kiss. You know Corbin doesn't handle rejection well, so I doubt if he and Mel will be having another conversation. Melanie pulls Anaya for a chat and gives her the tea. Melanie is gushing, and she says that her and Corbin had an amazing conversation and that she needs to pull Kinsey for a chat because she thinks they'll be moving things forward. Strange, though, because what I got from Mel and Corbin's conversation was that immediately when he asked for a kiss, she got the ick. So I don't know. I could be wrong though. Mel notices Sincere is still talking to Soul and she is not happy. She says she feels incredibly disrespected by Sincere and she's never taken things this far. Mel then goes to pull Sincere for a chat while he's chatting with Soul. Then everyone in the villa goes to stop her. Mel cries and takes all of this really hard. Beatrice is chatting with Corbin and Corbin asks her how she feels about Gabriel kissing both bombshells. We've already heard her opinion on that. So Corbin asks Beatrice who's been catching her eye, and she actually mentions that Corbin's been catching her eye, and she was just wondering if he's more than a pretty face.
Yeah, how many kids do you want?
3 people. 3 kids. Yeah. Probably like a girl and 2 boys, probably. I think I'll be good with a girl for the first one. So she'll probably be the oldest.
Some of the girls are talking, and Kenzie says she knew Mel and Corbin would eventually talk. Kata tells Kenzie that Corbin tried to kiss Mel, and immediately Kenzie is pissed.
Now I'm gonna take a step back from Corbin, because, like, the fuck? I can't be doing that. That shit pisses me off. Now I'll be putting up that wall. And it's like, okay.
The Islanders get ready for the night and go get drinks. Right after Corbin's toast, Kenzie pulls Melanie for a chat. I can tell by the look on Corbin's face right here that his heart just dropped through his ass. He's like, damn, am I about to get kicked off the show? Mel and Kenzie talk about what happened during Mel and Corbin's conversation earlier. Kenzie gets straight to it. She's like, who pulled who? Are you into him? Mel confirms her and Corbin did have a chat, and she tells Kenzie that she meant to pull her before she pulled Corbin. Mel then tells Kenzie that they do have similarities. She is into Corbin and that they are both each other's type. Kenzie completely disconnects from the conversation, and at first she just says okay, but then she definitely starts to let the anger spill out.
But like, I don't care. But like, I don't care. I'll do other.
Care though. I know, but you see how I feel now. Like, because if I did that with Sincere, it's like, you'd be like, the fuck? I'm confused. Like, I didn't even kiss Sincere in the game. You know? Yeah. Just out of respect for you. I feel hurt by you. And that's hard for me, because, like, you're the girl that I fucking say everything to. Yeah. So, like, I just want you to be, like, transparent with me.
Sincere is talking with Bryce on the dock, and he says although he doesn't want to completely cut things off with Mel, he's definitely interested in Soul. Bryce reveals that he's actually been thinking about pulling Kata for a chat, even though he and Zach are best friends. He still feels like there's some tension between he and Kata. Bryce actually goes to talk to Zach about this ASAP. Bryce is stuttering and finally gets out that he's interested in pulling Kata for a chat, and this is Zach's reaction.
The thing is, like, obviously, like, but you know, I love what I have with training and stuff. Yeah. But Kata's my number 2. I am gonna, like, pull her just to talk to her. Kata? Really? Yeah, I just wanted to see.
Like in a legit way.
No, like, I just want to see if there's something, because I feel like this early.
Swear.
What, are you
This is the most awkward thing I've seen on television in a really long time. I don't think Zach is very happy about this, and because of that, I think he decides to be all the way real with Bryce.
I feel like you're not that happy with Trinity.
I feel like in certain aspects I'm super happy. The problem is I feel like she doesn't like me that much.
Can I be honest? I don't think she does. I think she's
I mean, he's not sparing Bryce's feelings at all. Bryce then pulls Trinity for a chat and butters her up before telling her that he is going to pull Kata for a chat. Bryce is handling this in a very sweet and delicate way, and I can appreciate that. Trinity, on the other hand, doesn't agree with me.
Okay. How do you feel? I just want to know how you feel.
I'm not fucking with it. No, I couldn't.
Episode 9 starts off with Sincere pulling Melanie for a chat. Says he knows that he's been misbehaving and it's not cool at all. He tells Mel that he does not want to hurt her and he does want to eliminate any doubt that she has. Assures Melanie that he does want to be together. And Sincere, and he tells her that she's his priority. Mel tells him that she wants him to. She also lets Sincere know that she will be diving deeper into her connection with Corbin. The conversation ends with Sincere saying he wants to make it up to Melanie. Go over to Anaya and Corbin having a chat, and he tells her that he feels like Kenzie is contradicting everything she told him last episode. Last episode, Kenzie did say she was interested in pursuing Caleb, so why is it wrong for Corbin to pursue Mel? Yes, Mel and Kenzie are best friends, but are they? They've only known each other for 7 days. And Melanie is pursuing Corbin. So, like, Anaya is doing what she does best, coming in clutch and telling the guy he's wrong and to beg for Kenzie to come back to him. But for some reason this time, I don't think Corbin is buying it. Anaya then says that the communication in the villa is trash. And Corbin says, quote, nah, his communication is good, but motherfuckers just don't want to listen. Corbin definitely practiced that line because Where and how does that apply to anything he's going through right now? Maybe he's talking about how he asked each girl for a kiss and they all said no except Kenzie. Corbin then says he definitely wants to chat with Mel more while growing his connection with Kenzie. Side note, why is Anaya being the therapist / friend to all the guys instead of seeing what's up with them? What's going on? Looking like this and being the villa's therapist and your only option is Casey is crazy. Honestly, in this conversation, Corbin literally says that if Kenzie is going to work on her connection with Caleb, Melanie is definitely who he's going for next. Corbin, didn't you say if Kenzie chose Caleb, you'd be single and vulnerable? And now you want Mel? Zach and Casey go to the dock and they discuss Bryce's decision to pull Kata for a chat.
Ask her if he's like, if she's interested in it. What the fuck? That's all I did. I laughed at first. I thought he was taking the piss.
Wait, is this fucking real?
That's what I'm saying.
Casey is just as shocked as Zach. Zach then tells Casey that he doesn't think Bryce is as into Trinity as he says he is. And he says that if Kata were to decide one day to give Bryce a chance, he would take it in a heartbeat. And I think these are all facts. Bryce goes to pull Kata for a chat and she says, just hang it up, baby. Just hang it up. Bryce and Kata go to chat and say less, and they literally pass Zach on the way in. Kata even waves to Zach and he waves back. Casey is wondering what the hell is going on in the villa tonight, and so am I. Once again, Bryce, give it up, Delicious. Give it up. Bryce goes on to say how amazing he thinks Trinity is, and he tells Kata that the only other person he has a connection with is her. Conversation is pretty awkward, but I honestly think it's the timing that made it awkward.
I just feel like, don't take this in the wrong way. I just felt like we were like more friends.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Though it's still early days, Bryce could have pulled Kata for a conversation days ago, so there's kind of a sticky undertone to it. Bryce is talking to Kata and he tells her he wants to see if there's anything between them. And I can tell you right now, Bryce, there isn't.
I just wanted to test, like, if there was anything even there. Like, the ego in me obviously, like, doesn't feel good with rejection in any form. It's like a little embarrassing, but rather know than not know, I guess.
Then switch over to Zach and Trinity, who are discussing what Bryce is doing right now. Zach doesn't understand why Bryce would even want to pursue this since Kata is closest to Trinity and he and Zach are best friends. Trinity says the longer her and Bryce stay together day by day, she catches more feelings. Zach then asks her if someone her type comes in, would she give them a chance? And she says no. Trinity says she'd obviously be open for a chat, but she wouldn't be open to shifting into a new connection so quickly. This is Zach's face when he realized he was wrong about Trinity not liking Bryce, and it's priceless. Trinity says that she really likes what her and Bryce have going on and she doesn't feel the need to have a backup plan, and that's tea. Kata is listening to Bryce's pitch, and judging by this photo, I don't think she's buying what he's selling. Kata tells Bryce that it's super early in the process right now and she's definitely open to chatting with new people. She tells him she loves her connection with Zach and she feels like they're learning more about each other each and every day. I'm getting secondhand embarrassment from Bryce in this whole cringe situation, so I have to move on. I'm so sorry. Kenzie tells the girls that she's done being treated like a second option. She says she's also tired of Corbin asking other people for a kiss. It's a new day in the villa. And Beatrice, wake up! Breakfast for both Melanie and Sol this morning, and I think that's... Elle and Kata are chatting about Sincere, and she says although she doesn't feel good about where their connection is currently standing, she's going to give him another chance. Yep, sounds about right. Mel says that she's no longer having fun in her connection with Sincere, and she feels things with Sol went too far. We've all heard this conversation 100 times, so let's move on. Sincere is talking to Bryce, and Bryce has the audacity to tell Sincere it would be crazy for him to throw away a connection with so much history for someone he just met. Bryce, you were literally about to ruin 2 best friendships last night just to see if Kata could possibly have a slight sliver of attraction towards you. Anyways, Sol and Kenzie are having a talk. Sol says that out of all the guys, Sincere seems like the only one that's open to... In this conversation, we find that Bryce also shares the same sentiments with Trinity. He feels like he's not Trinity's type. I can tell by Trinity's reaction, this is something that Bryce has mentioned several times before. Trinity relates to Bryce in this and tells him that she's nervous about the exact same thing. Bryce tells Trinity that he can reassure her with words all day long, but all that matters is what he does when it comes down to it. Kenzie and Corbin go to have a chat, and she opens with, quote, "Let's talk about this hard shell you have." She tells Corbin that he hides his emotion. No, Kenzie, he just doesn't have any for you. Corbin the robot responds and says,
And that's one thing I
Kenzie tells Corbin that she feels it was tit for tat for him to kiss Melanie because he had already kissed Melanie before, so he knows whether or not they have chemistry. It's very hard for me to watch Corbin on my screen for long because he seems very inauthentic and performative. Bryce and Zach are talking and they both feel like things are pretty awkward now between them. Bryce feels that pulling Kata last night was very unnecessary and it was such a bad mood. He really regrets doing it, but I don't know. I guess I kind of agree. This is Love Island. Isn't this what he's supposed to be doing? Corbin gets a text. Hosts are going to ask Islanders questions about other fellow Islanders. Some of the questions will be nice and other questions will be naughty. It's going to be guys versus girls, so each group has to work together for the win. The first question is, which person on the opposing team is most likely to remember your coffee order? First up for the girls is Kenzie, and they decide Caleb is the guy to kiss.
I'm not going to.
Up for the guys is Casey, and he decides to kiss Anaya. The second question is, Soul starts to cry because she feels it's very unfair for everyone to treat her like this and make these assumptions about her when no one has even tried to get to know her. She says she just came here like everyone else to find love. She tells Sincere she feels like the connection with him can only get so far because he's so locked down with Mel. Sincere says it's still early, and then he starts to tell her how beautiful, smart, and resilient she is. And it's like Sincere really, she's not trying to hear compliments right now. She's trying to see what's up with you and her. Sincere tells Soul that she can always talk to him if she has anything on her mind. Actually, no, she can't, Sincere. That's actually why she's being mistreated right now and why she got pie in her face. She can't talk to you. Notice that Sincere is really talking to her like a friend in this scene. So my advice to Soul would be to beg the producers for a male bombshell that fits her type or dip out the villa. Zach pulls Jen for a chat. Thinking, okay, Zach is reaching out, doing his thing. No, Zach is playing matchmaker and meddling in other people's connections. Literally just told Bryce that Trinity didn't like him and he was wrong. Tells how they've been feeling in the villa. Soul says her experience has been pretty rough so far because she feels everyone is pretty content in their connections right now and it's been hard for her to make one. Jen says it's been interesting. Caleb says it's been great. Here goes Casey's laughing ass, so that means something serious is about to go down. Brianna tells the Islanders that tonight the power will be handed over to America. This has all of the Islanders shook, especially Gabriel. Casey even stopped laughing, so you know it's serious. Brianna tells the Islanders that America has been voting on who they think the bombshells Kenzie. Caleb and Kenzie are now a couple, and Corbin is single and vulnerable. Immediately, you see the mask that Corbin's been wearing this whole time drop, because now the most important thing to him is at risk, and that's being on the show. He's like damn near crying at this point. Gabriel looks like his prayers have just been answered. This now means that Beatrice is single and vulnerable. She is not happy about this, and none of the other ladies are either. They are all. Anna then says Beatrice is single, vulnerable, and
dumped from the island.
Everyone is heartbroken. Beatrice is taking it like a champ. It's all very sad, and it even looks like Ariana is tearing up. Gabriel gives her a tongue kiss goodbye and a really heartfelt speech. And that's the end of episode 9. Now I need to hear your thoughts. How do you think the new couplings will work out? Will Soul, Sincere, and Mel work out their love triangle? Drop all your thoughts in the comments. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, hype up the video, turn on your post notifications, and I'll see you next time.